this is Botany and Board. I am Bailey, and welcome to another episode from Deduction December. Today we are going to be revisiting the search for Planet X. This time we are going on the big board, so we have flipped it over to the side that has 18 availability. So I am currently actually sitting at the autumn equinox is where I need to be. Flip this around. If you have not watched any of my videos of this game before, I will kind of just be explaining as we go, so you can go look at one of those if you would like a more in-depth instruction on what I'm doing. But high level, I am trying to use logic and deduction rules and through an app in order to figure out where Planet X is and to beat them and find it before the bot does, which I have yet to do successfully on the big board. So I'm really hoping today will be the day. Our dwarf planets, we have an extra little card over here because unlike in the base board, which is on the other side, there is only one dwarf planet on that one. There is 4 in this game. So dwarf planets are always in a span of 6. And so the orientation, though, can be different. There's 6 different possibilities that it can be, such as, like if 1 is over here, empty, empty, and then 3, so on and so forth. So they have a little depiction to tell you all the possible items of how those 4 dwarf planets could be within the range of 6. There are 5 empty sectors on the board. There are also 4 asteroids, 2 gas clouds, 4 dwarf planets, 2 comets. I have 2 target icons, so I can target twice. It costs 4 points of time to do that each time. Here's the bot's little theories. We just submit them face down. It doesn't really matter what I put out there for them. The app kind of keeps control of all of that. We'll start on 1. This here is what is the visible sky. We'll be moving this around whenever we pass anything with the little notes on it. Then that means that we actually will get a chance to submit a theory, and that is how you score points. So each time you submit a theory down, they're worth different points. So for instance, over here we have like 2 per asteroid, 3 for comet, 4 for each gas cloud, and 2 points for each dwarf planet. You also get 1 extra point if you're the first one to have submitted the theory. Each time we pass the paperclip, the theories that were submitted face down will then advance forward by 1, and once they reach this spot, they will be flipped over, and we'll actually test them in the app. We don't flip it over for the bot, we just select that the bot put a theory down and it knows to test it. The bot will only submit things that it 100% knows is true to be fact. So for instance, if a bot puts something in any sector, I know that it's not empty. And with that, I think we can go ahead and get started. So we'll hit in the app the Start Solo Game, which is down here. It's kind of confusing because you'd think it'd just be up here, but it's not. We got a special section at the bottom. And we will go to Start New Solo Game, Expert Mode, Start the Game. Okay, for those of you who want to play with me along at home, please stop the video. Well, R7D2, that is your code. You can type it into your app and play along and then come back and compare to how I did. Today is December 2nd. Happy December. Deduction December. Alright, and I am sitting again at the autumn equinox, and I am a beginner when it comes to this because I am not very good at beating this dagnabbit bot. Okay, so my starting information, here we are. So it says Sector 2 is not a gas cloud. Sector 3 is not an asteroid. 6 is not an asteroid. 7 is not a dwarf planet. 8 is not a gas cloud. 10 is not an asteroid. And 11 is not a gas cloud. And 14 is not a dwarf planet. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There happen to be like 6 through here. I was like, ooh, are they telling me those are somewhere in there? Probably not. Okay. So go ahead and start the game. Our research clues we have. So if I research A, research is one of the actions you can do that will take 1 time to do so. So gas clouds and comets, asteroids and gas clouds, comets and dwarf planets, gas clouds and dwarf planets, asteroids and comets and dwarf planets and asteroids. X will just be about planet X, and then X2 will be about X and dwarf planets. Okay, put the bot actions over there, and we are ready to begin. So I always start off the game the same way, creature of habit. I always research on the first one because it only takes 1 time, and this, similar to patchwork, whoever is in behind, it gets to go. That's whose turn it is. So let's go ahead and ask about, let's do E, asteroids and comets. So research E is my first action. So I'm going to go down here to E, and underneath asteroids and comets, it says no asteroid is adjacent to a comet. So no asteroid adjacent to a comet. Okay. Excellent. And that cost me 1 time. So it is now the bot's turn. So the bot will take a turn. Turn 1. The bot surveys for empty sectors in 2 through 8. And it says to move its pawn forward 2 times. Okay, we're going to rotate the visible sky. Now 2 through 10 is now visible for searching. So I think 2 through 10. Let's go ahead and do comments. And let's go to survey for comments. Starting sector 2, ending sector. So it'll have to be 7 because it has to be one that has. So that'll cost me 3 time. 1, 2, 3. So comments in 2 through 7. 1 comment. I was hoping I'd get lucky and it'd be like, you found the 2 comments or somewhere in there. 2 through 7. Okay, so only 1. Darn. So 1's over here and 1's over there. All right. And now it's the bot's turn. The bot is going to research D. Darn, they're gonna go again, those tagnabbit. Okay, the bot surveys for asteroids in 5 through 12, and that will cost them 2 time. And now we're going to cover up a piece of paper, which means we can submit theories. I do not know anything, so I will not submit a theory. Bot, what do you know? Does not submit a theory. That's sometimes surprising. Okay. Sometimes I swear they survey 1 question and they submit 2 theories. I'm like, how? How would you possibly? That's one other difference on the big board going up to the 18. So you get to submit 2 theories per little paperclip phase, as opposed to on the other board you only get to submit 1. All right. So I'm going to double down on the comment situation. So let's survey for comments and let's go 5 through 11. That'll cost me 2 time. Okay, and it says there's only 1 in 5 through 11. So that means that one of them must be either 13. Yeah, because I did 2 through 7, and there was only 1. And then 5 through 11, there's also only 1. So it could be like the 7 or 5 is, right? Because it can't be 2 or 3. Is that right? Ooh, I don't know if I can completely do that because I think it could have been perhaps 2 through 7 and there would have been 1 if it would have been 2. And then also there could be 1 that was also in 11 and then it would appear like if 7 and 5 didn't have one. So I can't quite deduce just yet. I always want to like jump a little too far. Okay. But that does mean if only 1 through, like, can I do that? Does that make sense? 5 through 11. I was just trying to decide. I was like, if it was one and the same, then I was about ready to say then for sure either 13 or 17 is 1, but I don't know. Okay, so that cost me 2. Did I already move that up? I must have, yeah, because otherwise it would be their turn. Okay. All right, bot. What are you doing? Surveys for dwarf planets in 6 through 14. Okay, we have more paper clips. I do not know where anything is. So let's see if bot would like to submit a theory. They do not. Okay, and so my turn, I'm going to research. So, research. Let's do comets and dwarf planets. Let's do that. Let's see. Okay, every comet is within 2 of a dwarf planet. Okay. That's one time. Okay, now we're going to pass X conference number 1. So we're going to go to Planet X conference, Planet X1. It's about Planet X. Planet X is not directly opposite an empty sector. So not across from an empty. Okay. Very good. So their turn. Okay, they surveyed for asteroids in 10 through 16, and they would go up to. Okay, I would like visible sky. Oh, oops, I went too far. Visible sky is 8 through 16. Let's survey for asteroids just to try to narrow those down. And we'll go ahead and start in sector 8. And I want to go all the way to 16. Sure, I'll just try to narrow down a big chunk of the sky. So that'll cost me 2. So asteroids in 8 through 16. Say all 4 are there. Come on. 4, yay, okay. So that is nice in the sense of I know 8 through 16 contains all the asteroids, so I'll go ahead and say nope, 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 and nope, and nope. And so it could be 8 and 9, and all of those are still viable options. Okay. We have a research phase, and I still am not confident enough to say something just yet. So I will go ahead and see if the bot would like to submit something. They don't. It's very surprising for them. Okay, and let's see now. I'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit since we're on this section of the board so you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, let's research again. I like to get all the clues, that way I can, analyze down. Gas clouds and dwarf planets and asteroids. Let's try that one. No dwarf planet is within 2 of an asteroid. Okay. No dwarf planet within 2 of asteroids. Okay. Because I keep having things, like if I can just narrow down, try to decide what I want to narrow down the most next. Okay, so that was F, research F. Cost me 1 time. And let's see what the bot would like to do. The bot surveys for dwarf planets in 10 through 17. So they must have found some dwarf planets, I'm guessing, based on that. Because, oh, oops. I was like, how'd they even do 10? Because they surveyed earlier 6 through 14, which tells me that maybe some of these were. So that's kind of interesting. And so that will cost them 2 time. So I'm actually going to follow in their footsteps there, and I'm going to survey for dwarf planets just to see if they were on something. Onto something. So start with 11 dwarf planets, and 11, let's see, let's go 11 through 16. That'll cost me 3 time though. Let's do 11 through 17. Okay, so that'll cost me 2 time. No dwarf planets in 11 through 17. Okay, well that's handy. Sometimes it's like I'll definitely take when it's like the no information rather than the yes, because that just helped me narrow down a big section. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because the dwarf planets are always in a band of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've at least kind of got an idea there. But so what were they doing? 6 through 14. Oh, unless some of them happen to be in 6. So if it's more over here, and then they tried to do that part and then ended up probably with none. Okay. All right, bot. I still don't know where anything is. Is the only downside. Okay, take your turn. The bot surveys for empty in 12 through 2. Okay, and then we have some theory time. I still don't know anything, but the bot might. 2 theories, 18 and 11. Okay, so 18 and 11, they place their theories. We then advance theories. Okay. So the last 2 times I've played, right after we get to this, the bot finds X, and I am nowhere near ready to find. I haven't even found anything yet, so I really hope. Sorry, I'm tangled up in my heated blanket here. We don't have in this room. There's no like air vent, so this is like our sun porch, enclosed sun porch, and so it's very chilly in here. So I am using a heated blanket for survival. Okay. So they submitted a theory in 18 and 11. 18 and 11. What were they looking at over there? A dwarf planet, but I already knew that was an asteroid. I don't know. I know not what they have found out. Cannot deduce. All right, my turn. So let's go ahead and do 1 research just so I can just move 1 time. And let's see, gas clouds and comets, asteroids and gas clouds and dwarf planets. Let's go ahead and just do, let's do A, sure. Or should I do one on dwarf planets because I'm getting closer to figuring out what that is? Sure, I'll research D. Okay, at least one gas cloud is adjacent to a dwarf planet. Okay, that is very handy because gas clouds are also always adjacent to an empty space. So that was helpful. I feel like that was a good clue. Okay, bot. Surveys for asteroids in 15 through 4. Okay, to spaceship. And my turn. So let's see. We just did asteroids in 8. We did 8 through 16 asteroids earlier, and there were 4. So I could do like 14, 15, 16. Like I'm really testing that, but I can make it bigger. I'll try that. So we'll do a survey for asteroids. Like I really know it's only in here, but I'll do the bigger. That way it doesn't take me as much time. Okay, so survey for asteroids. Because I really want to find something so I can lay down a theory. So, and this would leave me time to do so if I could figure this out. Okay, so 14. And then, I mean, I don't care. I'll go all the way to 4 just so it's... just so you guys know how much time it takes in case you can't read that. But it says 1, 2, or 3 away, or if you survey 1, 2, or 3 sectors, it's 4 time, 4, 5, or 6, 3 time, and 7, 8, or 9, 2 time. Because obviously it gives you less information. And if you want to target a specific place, if I was just like, target what's in 3, and the app will tell me exactly what it is, that costs 4 time. Okay, so that cost me 2 time. Come on, be something good. 2 asteroids in 14 through... Okay, so there's 2 within here. So I'm just going to write down 14 to 16. Because I know that's what I really was figuring out. So I don't know which is the only downside, but such is life, such is life. So I do know. Well, do I? Yes. Okay, because it's either 15 and 16 and 14 was blank. So 15 has to be 1 because it's either 14 or 15 or the other way. So 15, I can submit a theory. Hallelujah. Okay, so we're gonna submit just 1 theory. And okay, the bot, do you want to submit a theory? 5 and 14. So 5, oops, and 14. I'm putting my theory. I'm just going to leave it face up. That way you guys know what I'm doing. And then we advance all theories. So advance, advance, advance. Okay, and real fast, I'm going to mark off all these that are not empty. So 5 is not empty. 11 is not empty. 14 is not empty. And again, I know this because they say that X will not submit something, and these are always one of those items, so they don't have empties on them. So I know that if something is there that they're proving, then I know that. Okay, and I said this one was an asteroid. So. And I just don't know whether 16 or 14 that was the other side of that. And 18 is also not empty. Okie dokie. So they have submitted theories. We didn't have anything to peer review. It is their turn. The bot is going to survey for gas clouds in 16 through 4. And that takes them 2 time. Okay. And last time I did asteroids, so let's go ahead and research so I can just move one and then I get another turn. That'd be great. Okay, so research. So do we want gas clouds and comets or asteroids and gas clouds? I mean, I know where the 4 asteroids about are, so maybe let's do the asteroids and gas clouds. Okay. It says at least one asteroid is directly opposite a gas cloud. So one asteroid opposite a gas cloud. Okay. Takes me one time. And look at what we passed. We have X2. So let's figure out what planet X conference 2 says. Planet X is not within 2 sectors of a dwarf planet. So X not within 2 of dwarf planet. Okay, so I get to go again, and then the bot's gonna go. And I have a suspicion, based on how my games have worked so far, that the bot is going to say that it knows where X is as soon as it's its turn. So I think I need to look at my clues to see if like there's any way in hell that I am able to figure out where X is so that I can solve it before they do. Because otherwise there's just no hope for me. Because I've only got one little measly theory out. Okay, so let's just take a little gander here. What we got's going on. Okay, and I just researched. Let's see, E, C, F, D, this would be. Okay. So comets, there's one comet within, let's go down here first actually. Okay, so one asteroid is directly across from a gas cloud. I don't know where a gas cloud is, so that's not exactly helping me just yet. Every comet is within 2 of a dwarf planet. Dwarf planets, I know, are somewhere in this big sector. And one gas cloud is adjacent to a dwarf planet. Still don't know where the dwarf planets are. Asteroids and comet. No asteroid is adjacent to a comet. Okay. I need so many more turns. I'm like, what? I gotta figure out like one of these so that I can like apply, you know. No dwarf planet is within 2 of an asteroid. So I know this is an asteroid, and I already narrowed that down. Okay, so that also didn't help. They have some theories out there, and I don't know what they are. I'm tempted. I'm like, do I search for... It's sometimes helpful to know where the empty spaces are, because that it helps you narrow down where the gas clouds could be. But I'm back in, I have 18 visible. I could check for the dwarf planets. Or do I need to check for asteroids? So I don't want to do asteroids right now because I already know that's not in this side. I would have needed to do that when I was over here. And the comet situation is, I could check 17 through, okay, let me look at this again with the comets. I'm like, am I being dumb and should I have known where these are by now? Okay, so comets in 2 through 7. There's just one comet within here. And then when I did 5 through 11, there's also one. So, I mean, it could be that like it was 5, it could be that it was 7, but it also could be that it was 2 and also 11. So I can't quite narrow that down. 13's not visible anymore to test anything about it. And I feel like if I do something like 17 through, I guess I could do 17 through 5 on the comments. Why not? Okay, let's try. Whew. I don't know if that was the best thing to do, but that's what we're doing. I probably need to do the dwarf planets, though, because I don't know anything about where they are. Oh, golly gee. Okay, well, I already wrote down the comments, so we're doing that. Survey for comments, and 17 through 5. There's 1 and 17 through 5. So that does tell me that it's not in 17, because in 2 through, oh, can I do that? Can I jump that thing? I keep having trouble like deciding if I can fully rule it out or not. 17 through 5, there's just 1. Yes, because if otherwise I went 5 through 11, there was also just 1. 2 through 7, also 1. I feel like I should be able to get there, and I'm just really having trouble with this comment thing. Every comet's within 2 of a dwarf planet. No asteroids adjacent to a comet. Okay, I think I can say it's not 17. I'm going out on a limb, and we're just crossing that out. So hopefully that wasn't wrong. And okay, that was, took me 2 times. Did I move my thing, you guys? I think I did. Research, oh wait, no, I researched B and that'll let me go, so that was 2, yeah, 2 more, okay. So, all right, it's time for the bot to take a turn. Do we think, let's show you guys the board, sorry. Do we think the bot is going to locate planet X? Please don't, bot. Please don't do it. Okay, whew. They research E. Okay, so they're next to me, but I get to go. So submit theories. I wish I knew something to submit, because I still don't. I mean, I guess I could just take a hunch and just put like a comment out or something. Since obviously like they're going to be answering things before long, and then I could at least try to get some points. So I could guess that like 14 might have been an asteroid. Or 16 could be an asteroid though too, because no asteroids adjacent to a comet if 13 happened to be a comet. So if I did end up saying though that 2 through, hopefully I'm not going too far with this, but so effectively 2 through 11 has 1 asteroid. Then that would mean that 13 would have a comet? Maybe? Maybe? I'm going to just go out on a limb and I'm going to submit a theory there that this has a comet. So we'll try that. Why not? You know, I need a few points. So, okay, let's see if they will submit a theory. I'm sure they will. 10 and 15. Okay, that actually helps me though, because I know these aren't empty. So, I mean, I already knew that one. And then we're going to advance everything. So, yay, we get to peer review that. I got to figure out what that is. And that one. Okay. So, we will do peer review, and we'll peer review 18. And the bot submitted it. 18 is a dwarf planet. I like to sometimes put the thing there once here we go. No, that was that. So 18 is a dwarf planet, so I'm going to go ahead and mark that on my map here. Oh, and 11 through 17, there were no dwarf planets. So this maybe is the start. This would be the start of the 6. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the dwarf planets are within here. Okay, so that was a very helpful theory that they submitted there with the mix of my clue. And now there's 6 possible options of how these dwarf planets could be lined up. Sure, but I've at least narrowed down that these are now not dwarf planets. Nice. Okay. Feels good about that. Okay, and then we also have to peer review this guy in 11. Is an asteroid in 11. So, but then it says no asteroids adjacent to a comet. In this one, 10 is not an asteroid. I got that in my starting information. So that means 13 is definitely not a comet, because if 11 is in fact an asteroid, as it says, unless I messed up on this one. When did I mark out that that was 8 through 16? Let me see if that was in fact in my starting information. If I can figure out a way to go back to my starting information. Because I don't think 8 through 16 for asteroid, 14 through 16 is 2. Yeah, I wouldn't have marked it out for any other reason. So this is not a comet. Is that right? Well, it could be if I'm... No, because that's starting information, yeah. So this is asteroid, then 12 has to be an asteroid, which would make that not. Okay, well, we'll keep going, and then I'll see if I'm sure he's going to submit very soon. Okay, so this is an asteroid. I'm like, do I survey for something, or do I do my last research step? I'm going to do something kind of interesting, and I'm going to target Sector 5. Cost me 4 time, but... oh wait, they already have something there. Wonder if I should do something, a different one. Well, it's probably not going to get down to be flipped, because we'd have to make it all the way there. Or past that one, and I feel like the bot's not going to take that many turns. Do I want to do 5 or do I want to do 7? Let's go 7. I'm switching it up. I'm going to target, but we still go up for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're in the right spot. Okay, target 7. Tell me something useful. There's a comet in 7. Okay, so that does help me. because in 2 through 7, there was one asteroid there. 5 through 11, there was one asteroid, or one comet, excuse me. So these are all not. And what was the next time I did comet? 17 through 5. And there was one. Okay, so 17, that's where I messed up. 17 is a comet. Okay, so 17 is a comet. There we go. Narrowing stuff down, finally. Okay, so 7 is a comet. Those are my 2 comets. Now, with that information, so this is wrong, A. So next time I get an option to submit a theory, though, I will put the correct one in 7. And then let's go through the clues now that have no asteroids adjacent to a comet. So if this is a comet, then these are not asteroids, so that was also helpful. And then this is also a comet. Okay. So comet, and every comet is within 2 of a dwarf planet, so there's a dwarf planet. And a dwarf planet also within 2. We already kind of narrowed down that effectively. So this will be a dwarf planet as well. Because they always, on the orientation, they always like bookend with a dwarf planet. And so I just don't know like how it mixes up in the middle. Okay, and so every comet's within 2 of a dwarf planet. Where's that one? Okay, we've acknowledged that. One gas cloud is adjacent to a dwarf planet. Okay, so once I figure out that one, I'll do that later. One asteroid's across from. No asteroids adjacent to a comet. We figured that one out. And this, okay, so that also answers that this is not it. And so 14 is an asteroid, which we knew from, it was either 14 and 15. So I also know this. So hopefully we get to be able to pass. I bet you they're going to say that they're like solving the thing this round. But if they don't, I get to have these 2 extra research theories, which will actually give me some points, because currently this is the only other thing I got correct, because we know that I flubbed up on that and it should have been over there. Okay, so if that's an asteroid, and then this one was in the starting information, so this is an asteroid, which actually that one will give me more points, because again, you get 1 point, I don't know if I told you that, but you do. You get 1 point for each time you were the first person to submit a theory as well. Down here, that little one. Okay, so I'll put it there if I do get to do that. Okay, so there's the other asteroid. X is not within 2 of a dwarf planet. So as far as that goes, this is a dwarf planet, so this is not X. So it could be empty or a gas cloud. And it can't be a gas cloud because a gas cloud has to be adjacent to something. So this one is empty. Things are unraveling just in time for the bot, I'm sure, to solve the riddle and beat us miraculously, because they were obviously first in a lot of theories. That's okay. Such is life. Maybe they'll surprise me and they won't do it, and I'll get to do my research thing and somehow go again. And anyways, let's keep going. Okay, so that one is empty. Let's see. X not within 2 of a dwarf planet, so this is a dwarf planet. So X is not here or here, dwarf planet. So here or here. X is not within the dwarf planet sector there. And then also, it's not here. I already knew these. There. And then the other dwarf planet. So we already confirmed that. Okay. Acknowledged that. X is not across from an empty. So this as well, that one's already acknowledged that. No dwarf planets within 2 of an asteroid. We have already acknowledged that. Or is that okay? Wait. No dwarf planet within 2 of an asteroid. Okay, got that. No asteroid adjacent to a comet. We got that. 1 gas cloud adjacent to a dwarf planet. And again, this one, since a comet is here, this one can't be a gas cloud because it has to be next to an empty. So this is empty. So let's just say empty 1, empty 2. So there's 3 more empty spaces, 2 gas clouds, and then the dwarf planets. Okay. 1 asteroid is across from a gas cloud. Okay, so that's helpful. So this one is empty. We've confirmed that. And this one is a dwarf planet. So it has to be one of these 2. So stripe. And it's not that one because that one has already been crossed off. Our starting information. So this one is a gas cloud. Hooray. Okay. And so if that one is a gas cloud, then one of these has to be empty. And okay, analyze that clue. And this, of course, is probably the gas cloud that's adjacent to a dwarf planet, since it's within that sector. X is not across from an empty. I've already narrowed those down. Okay, so that is all I can deduce right now. And let me see, actually, so I know where a gas cloud is, which is worth more points to submit. So I will be doing that instead, if I get a chance to, on the theory phase. I'll submit that one, and let's see, comets are worth 3, so I'll submit these 2 before I will submit the asteroid. And I do know the other asteroid is here as well. Secondary things. Okay, so let's see though. I'm sure the bot is going to find it. Yep, of course, I knew it. Like, no, I just wanted these points. Like, I almost wish they would let me just have like one more turn to, anyways, we'll go on to final score. Okay, so they have located planet X and they're gonna move forward forward 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is also brutal because, for me, because this is what happens with that. So when we enter final scoring, I have an option to either submit theories or try to locate planet X. Scoring goes as follows. If I want to submit theories, depending on how far back I am, that's how many theories I can submit. I am 1 away. So that one is I only get to 1, 2, or 3. You'd only get to submit 1 theory. So I only get to submit 1 theory. So at a max, I will get 4 points plus 1 for being first. So 5 points is all I will get by doing that. However, if I wanted to locate planet X, it would be 2 to 10 points. So it's worth 2 points for each sector you are back. I'm only back 1, so that would only be worth 2 points. So it's not even worth the points for me to actually locate X. So I will just submit a theory, is all I will do. And that, unfortunately, is how the cookie has crumbled today. I wish desperately that I was able, I wish if he just would have done like surveyed 3 and then we got to do the research. At least so I could have had some more points. So, but that's not how the world worked out. Okay, let's see if I can, just for funsies, figure out where X is before I, that's not of course what I did. So let me just score up my final score while I'm, well, I can't do that until I reveal the thing. So let's try to see if we know. We've kind of already deduced everything though, and so I don't think, and they didn't submit any more theories. We haven't had anything to test, so I don't think I know any more information than I did prior, which means that I will not know where X is. because I needed to figure out the orientation of the dwarf planets to know which ones were empty, to then be able to mark out a few more about X not being adjacent from an empty. And X is never adjacent to a dwarf planet as well. So, I mean, X is going to be either 8, 9, or 10, but I don't know which one without having more information. So, dun dun dun, you all, we did not win. Let's go ahead and score up our final score, though, anyway. Okay, so in-game and reveal objects. You guys cannot see my thing. I'm so sorry. So yes, in game. And here's what sorry, I'm very bad at controlling, like playing a game and controlling, especially a deduction game where I'm like really in my head. Okay, so this is where they were. They ended up getting to 6. And so I was really hoping that they would have been, they started, let's see, they went forward 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they were over here at 1. And I was hoping, though, that they would do something that cost 3, so that then it would pass the paperclip at least. And then I was sure they were going to submit after that anyway. I wasn't thinking I was going to get another turn by any means, but I was hoping at least to get a few more points snaked out. And if they would have been able to move up a little bit further, they would have been further away from me, which would have allowed me to submit either 2 more theories or get awarded more points if I could find X. Okay, so back to the closer, well, no, I'll leave it in this actually, so I can show you guys where everything is. Okay, so sector, let's see, the dwarf planets were in 1, so we already knew 18. I'll just put it in this little ring. Okay, so 18, of course, was dwarf planet. 1 was a dwarf planet, and then 2 was a dwarf planet. So this is the orientation where it's 1, 2, 3. You don't know, you don't know. And then lastly, the 5th one, which we knew was there. And then, let's see, 3. So 3 was a gas cloud. 4 was, in fact, empty. And 5, dwarf planet. 6 is empty. 7's a comet, which we didn't get any points for, but we would have. 8 is where planet X ended up being. 9 was empty, so the 10 is a gas cloud. And then 11 and 12 are asteroids. So we were also right about that. And then empty for 13, which we also knew, we just submitted this incorrectly, because that goes in 17. And then asteroid, which we also knew, empty sector, comet. So we got very close to actually figuring out where X was, but alas, that dagnabbit bot is very quick. More often than not, as soon as you pass over the X conference 2, they're like, we found X. I'm like, oh, great. So with that, everyone, thank you oh so much for hanging out. This has been another Deduction December. I hope you have enjoyed. If you played along with me, as a reminder, that was R7D2. Let me know what your score was. Oh, I actually, first off, before I run, so the bot ended up scoring 24 points plus the number that they had first, which would have been, so 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. 29 points for the bot, which was insanity. And my measly, I would have gotten only this points for the asteroid 2, plus 1 for being first, so 3. And then the only other thing I submitted, I can't remember if I had submitted anything else other than this one. This one? I think I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 points only. So not good. Not really worthy of having to score. But anyways, I love this game. Even when I lose, it just makes me want to keep coming back to it and try to beat the bot. So Please depart on me your wisdom. What am I doing wrong? Or if there's any like helpful hints for me to do better, because I can't even imagine going on when you don't have the 8 starting information, like, whew, don't even know. So anyways, with that, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Leave me a comment down below. I'm always happy to chat with you guys, and I will see you guys next time.